Well.
Every time you say that, I think of Olaf from a series of unfortunate events.
Oh, Steve, I'm so sorry. That's apparently your vibe.
Hey,
he
you know,
says that so much.
we don't always get to choose the vibes that we have.
No, it's
We
true.
have some control. And I would also like to say in my defense that my vibe at 3 or 4 a.m. may be adjusted for my daytime vibe.
Oh, no.
So maybe some of it can be pinned to that. Maybe middle of the night, Steve, as this. You said his name's Olaf?
Yes.
Yeah, if you haven't read it, Nikki and I will not go through the number of crimes he's committed because that would just be like a character assassination.
There's a lot of terrible things. Right?
Yeah. A series of unfortunate events. I think I watched something of that, but
Like,
not read.
Majority of the unfortunate events were because of Olaf, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen the movie. I've never read the books.
Watch the series too. Like the
Yeah.
series is
Watch the
good.
series? Okay.
Yeah.
The movie
It
was
is.
a Nickelodeon original. I wouldn't recommend people watch that one.
The movie.
Okay.
With Jim Carrey.
Yes. like produced for Nickelodeon.
I will say, I think it is unfortunate that Jim Carrey ever played anything other than like his quintessential roles.
Like the Grinch.
Like the Grinch, yeah. I remember, I think it was called 23. It was like a horror movie that came out back in like the 2000s, early 2000s or something.
It was really bad.
I just
was that
never
Jim
been able to
Carrey?
see him. I think so.
Yeah, he was in it trying to play like a man slowly unraveling. Yeah.
People talk about actors with range. And I just don't know.
Number.
Yeah.
I remember that movie now.
He's really good in The Majestic, which is like a drama.
Oh.
Yeah, that was really
Okay.
Truman Show?
I have not seen this.
Truman Show as well, yeah.
I have not seen this Majestic of which you speak,
I haven't either.
but
Good.
my mind remains slightly opened. You know, speaking of actors with range, I was thinking in the shower, as one often does, about how I need friends with range. It's very important to me.
Oh yeah.
And friends who understand that I have range, right? That like without apology or explanation or often transitions at all. They're like, you're just gonna get a lot of stuff. And that it's all still truly me.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, Steve, I can really only hit like a couple notes below a low C, like a middle C, and I can't get much higher than that. So, you might have to look for someone else other than me. In that sense, you might not want to consider me a friend. In terms of range.
Musically, that is disappointing, but I don't require you to have a lot of vocal range. It would be hilarious if you could only sing from like the A before middle C to like to middle C. Like you would not even be an alto at that point. You would just be I
have a 3-note.
Yeah. Da, da, da. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
I'll save my thoughts which pop stars have that. I don't want to start singing Mars in their comments.
Sorry.
So much for the musical episode.
Damn. And to think that was going to be next episode too.
I know.
Crazy,
you
right?
Tell me now you don't have a singing range.
Yeah.
Already wrote
Now, the
music.
4-octave score you wrote for Steve was truly beautiful, Gus.
Guys, the arias I wrote for all of you are just
To be performed by Miles Kennedy, not Steve.
There were 8 octave changes, all going up.
I went from
Miles Kennedy
34
as
to
Steve,
9.
as all the characters Steve plays, was going to be great.
Exactly.
I was not angry. I don't know if that got picked up on my mic. I did just accidentally hit stuff on the desk.
I did hear that.
So
Yeah, this was going to be great.
Justin
I'm
is
curious
just sitting, being ready to like, oh God, if they promise anything, I swear.
I
I don't
swear.
promise anything else.
Do you know how hard it is to write a full musical? Oh. You can't just improv a whole musical? Oh, yes, you can, Justin.
Wayne Brady did it every night.
You
Whose
just
line
watch.
is it?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so hard with our current capabilities. But yeah, I'm curious. Could y'all speak to that a little bit about range for yourself as a person? Like, do you have friends where you can be 90%, 100% of all the things that you are? Do you have
Yeah, I
the sense that in a professional environment you get to be 2%, or is it 1 or 10?
I feel like
Curious.
that comes with being an introvert.
Absolutely.
Tell me more. I'm ignorant of the world of introverts, Nikki.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, it's just when I meet someone new, they only get a very small portion of me because I don't know them well. It's like the more I get to know someone, the more they get to see. But even then, like the me that I show like to you guys or to work won't be the same me that I show to my friends that get like the full range of like all my fangirling and stuff like that.
That's great. That's a good concrete example. Fangirling might be like an umbrella of things that you express in certain context with certain people.
Yeah.
Me personally, I have to be able to be friends with, like, if I'm friends with you, you're gonna see the whole range. I'm so sorry. I can't control when it comes out. It's like a Jack in the Box, but like way scarier because it's a little more real, and it does come with the clown paint. So
It's
Oh no.
A Jinkies in the box, if you will.
Jinkies in
well,
the box.
yeah. Well, not in boxes, but
Yeah.
I feel like I keep friends who, in terms of like my range of like energy, I keep friends who are typically less than that, because if I only had friends who matched that, that like level, then like an apocalypse would fall into the world, And so I feel like typically the people I associate with are the ones who are able to keep me in line and calm me down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because, I framed this in terms of like there are people and you can bring X amount of your, full self to them.
Yeah.
But then there are also people who draw out certain aspects of ourselves that without that, it's hard for us to even access or bring that out.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's like my thing. Like I feel like I'm myself around everyone, right? And so then that's where it comes like into play, like me, like I don't need to worry about being around people who I feel comfortable being myself around, because I'm already comfortable being myself around people, right? And so I need people who are able to be like, hey, Danny, you're being a bit much right now. I'm like, oh, you're right.
Thanks, pal.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I'm learning so much.
Huh.
Any thoughts from you guys?
I'm like the weird in between, I guess. Like I am definitely an extroverted introvert. But like when I'm around the right people that like make me drop that really well, and then I'm like really, really like 100% myself. That is really nice because I'm comfortable with that person. If I'm around new people, they get maybe like 25% of me. And then like if you're like in a professional setting, it's like 5% of that. When I'm in around the right people, even if I don't know them, it's just the right energy. It's that like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna be ourselves 100% and be weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
it's interesting. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, and then if I just feel like I just don't want to do it, then I just don't do it.
Yeah.
I can go out.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm going
Don't
to
do
bed.
it. Yeah. I feel like I've had people that I meet in a work environment and I speculate. I'm like, is this their 5% and they're just crazy?
Yeah.
So that if I saw the rest, I would like come undone? Or is it like, is it
This is just
that
them
they
at
are
100.
showing up with like a solid 35 at work,
Yeah.
Mm.
There are some people you meet, you're just like, is this who you are at home?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Ow.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
Oh, trust
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I've met a few folks where like in the first, one or two meetings, it's like, oh, we're going to get along. If you're anything close to this crazy, this is fine.
Yeah.
We're going to have a fun time.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's rough.
I got to say that I relate to any TikTok about whether ENFPs, if you're a Myers-Briggs person, or ADHD and the propensity to like construct individual masks for different like archetypes,
Yeah.
relate to that whole
absolutely.
spectrum of like chameleoning. And like I don't feel any inauthenticity in it. It's just like responsive, like, oh, this is this person's vibe. And so I'm leaning into this is where the energy is. So I'm going to just drum up the section of me that applies. But it does get me into weird situations when two very different people are in the same room all of a sudden.
Whoa,
and they both know you as a different thing, and you're just like, oh god.
Yep.
Oh god.
And like with
the
you,
middle ground of all this?
You know, I was like this like zany GM, you know, doing improv. And with you, I was just a clinical social worker. You know, it's a little different.
I get that.
Yeah. I especially feel that degree of distance whenever I meet up with somebody that I haven't seen in a long time, typically from like high school era, who was sporty and who doesn't think about much else. Because I have such limited ability to relate to that. Mm-hmm. But I can still snap on the like whole like bro mode, you know? That functional script of just like, we're going to talk like those people talk who don't know each other, but we're kind of buddy and familiar and like, yeah, sports, right?
That out at the bar.
Well, speaking of the many masks that we must wear, let us do some improv.
Ooh.
What an intro.
I try. Last time, we were left in suspense on both fronts. Nikki and Lynn in their efforts to escape this building full of fighting Red Lotus and Red Monsoon agents. And who could blame them for getting confused which red group is which?
Yeah, that's my bad, guys. I'm so sorry. Words are really hard.
It's okay.
Also,
words are hard.
They are.
Behind the curtain for everybody, I'm at the end of the episode, it was midnight where I am. So nobody can tell me anything.
That's right.
We're fighting the bad red something.
Yeah, which one are we supposed
to
be
hitting? As long as you know that.
Point me in one
Fighting
direction.
those dirty red communists is what we're doing. That's what we're fighting.
Oh no! Oh no!
You're fighting me, Gus? That's so evil.
I know. I'm a salaried employee now. You know what that means.
It
I'm a
happens.
Republican.
Rah rah.
No.
I'm a salaried employee, so now I'm a Republican.
No.
Things to say to your parents to make them proud.
Yes. Oh, no.
We do make that available at Dustfire Media.
I
Periodically.
call your parents
And a
pretending
Republican.
to be your boss and tell them they're now salaried and they now hate everything like you. Oh, no.
If you'd like to download a template to support your conversation with your parents, go to dustfiremedia.com. Just kidding. We don't have anything up there for this.
/just kidding.
/just kidding would be a great subpage. We also had Jingmin and Amuk fighting with Yin Shen /Taogasha over a twice broken bridge. Actually, who knows how many times this bridge is broken in its sad life.
3 times, 4 times.
Is it like Connecticut infrastructure? Is it like West Virginian infrastructure? Who could say? I don't know which is worse, but I associate West Virginia with poor outcomes across the board. So
I was like, I haven't been to either of those places yet, so I can't speak to any of that. So
I don't know that you're missing much, Gus.
I think Connecticut might just be pretty for like,
You know, in the fall, it's pretty. But most people go further north for the really pretty fall, because then you get bigger hills, more like small mountains, you know.
Less Connecticut.
Less Connecticut, more Massachusetts, more Vermont, New Hampshire. You know,
Got it. I mean, West Virginia.
It's not that you can't enjoy it though.
But
yeah, all I know about West Virginia, besides poor outcomes in education and other areas, is the line "West Virginia Mountain Mama, take me home, country road."
Yeah. I just know, isn't that like giant radio dead zone in West Virginia?
Oh, I didn't know.
Or is that what are the Carolinas? I don't know.
Giant radio. Giants can't listen to the radio there.
Yes, there's these giants that they're stuck in a dead zone with radios.
That's what we all thought. So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is
totally.
West Virginia. It's the National Radio Quiet Zone. Is a 13,000 square mile area of land in Virginia and West Virginia that restricts radio transmissions to support scientific research and military intelligence. Not even cell phone.
whoa, that adds a little layer of scary as you're driving through that. Like I thought it was just gonna be like, we like quiet here, but nope.
Yes, there was an Adventure Zone campaign set in there. That's the only reason why it's in my brain. And in my headcanon, that's where they have Mothman imprisoned. I don't know.
I
Sounds
zoned
right to
out
me.
in the wrong second.
All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's jump in where we left off.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
There's something in our chat that made me laugh.
And Nikki, I will try not to say well at the top of the next episode.
Hey, I just had to let you know it reminded me of that.
No, it is hilarious. And I love the feedback because it helps me discover my lack of range.
You can only be Olaf from Series of Unfortunate Events.
If I'm going to be an Olaf, I'd rather be the other Olaf. You know what I'm saying? Frozen Olaf.
Yeah. Just happy
I'd
to
be one happy snowman.
You just want to be a happy snowman.
All right, we open tonight. I want to say we open on Lin and Fumi. The dust clears after Lin's attempt to force an exit from the corner of the building, compromising the structure of this already dilapidated and repurposed building. The sounds of skirmishes still fill the now otherwise quiet hall. It was raining inside from the sprinklers moments before. That has stopped. It was blaring with alarms. Those seem to be dysfunctional now. It's dark inside here, except for a couple flickering lights, blasts of fire from a few firebenders. And in this like intermittent flicker that illuminates sections of the room, we see Cho's face come into view. Panic in his eyes, darting back and forth, fighting his way through Red Lotus agents, looking for Lin and then Fumi as his eyes trail on them. And he dives down and just rolls some rubble off of the both of you and dusts you off. Oh, you okay?
No.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a stupid question.
Can you walk? Can you run?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Let's get you out of here. He helps you both up. And with a little bit of flame in his hand, looks, illuminating the corner that you attacked, Lin. I think this place isn't going to last much longer. We got to find
Sorry.
another way out. No, you tried the right thing, Lin.
Yeah, let's
and
go.
he looks this way and that way and just darts down a hall, gesturing the two of you to follow.
Okay, I'll follow.
Yeah, Fumi follows.
We see a montage of you three fighting through, dodging Red Lotus agents, checking exits, all of them sealed, until you encounter LJ once again. And you see him. It seems like that glazed look that he had in his eyes has faltered and been replaced by the characteristic fear that LJ often has, that timidity, that uncertainty about being where he is, doing what he's doing for the Red Monsoon, and now in this case, to some extent, for the Red Lotus. And trembling in his hands is a key card. He is, similar to you, surveying possible exits, looking for a place to use this thing, and then he looks up at you as if suddenly caught. I don't want to fight anymore. I just got to get out.
So you're gonna show us
Yeah,
how
I
to get
think-
out, right?
Yeah.
I don't know which one of the doors this works on, but sure, let's all get out.
Oh, so you're stupid too. Got it. Jesus. Sorry.
It's okay, Lynn. Let's just work together.
Right. And just as you say that, he gets hit by a piece of earth from a nearby skirmish, gets knocked out, drops the key card, and it spills onto the floor next to you.
I'm taking the key card.
I'm gonna try and like get him up.
You two. How classic. How classic this is. Yeah, Fumi, you're able more or less to prop him up. It is slowing you down. Cho is trying to give you cover. Lynn, describe what you do for me, if anything in particular.
Assist Chow where we can.
Mhm.
But really, we're looking for an exit. We're looking for where there's cards gonna go and what's gonna work. It's total transparency here. I don't know if Lynn wants LJ to come with us. If he were to just like collapse in the building, that's not the worst thing. It's been a bad day. We'll discuss the ethics of that thought in 3 days. We have time to process.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just going door to door, trying to figure out where we're going, and just occasionally helping Joe if possible.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. So, Lynn, I'll just say that you do find a door. The key card works. A little light flashes on the pad that you touch it to. And a steel door slides open, letting in the last of the sunset from the world outside. You feel the breeze come in, greeting you. Cho is holding off 3 or 4 Red Lotus agents. It's hard to tell looking back into the dark and flickering lights of the hall. Fumi is there right beside you with LJ. Cho passes you, Fumi, the detonator. I'll give you all the time I can. It's your call. When you press it.
What? Are you gonna be okay?
In between fights and dodging. I don't know, kid.
You need to get out of here too. All right?
Fumi, I think there's a choice before you.
Oh boy.
To some extent, Lynn as well. Lynn's a free agent in this matter. You need to decide how many people you'll wait for to come out of this building before you detonate the rest to come down on the Red Lotus. Every glimpse you've had has indicated to you that there are far more Red Lotus folks than there are Red Monsoon, and that some of the Red Monsoon were even converted through this mind erasing therapy, let's call it.
Yeah, I don't think Fumi is feeling good about that.
We're bad people regardless.
I try to give you the best options in Avatar Legends, you know?
Because the thing is, right? There's no good time to blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Fumi is considering just not hitting the detonator, to be honest, because it's already coming down, like, on its own.
The building, okay.
Yeah. So I think to her, it's the base itself is already being destroyed, at the very least. But she does worry about, like, the people that are mind controlled don't have their free will, so to her it'd be wrong to kill them.
Okay. I'll give you this in little stages and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Because you've got the power to press the button if you decide to do that. I assume the two of you, aren't just waiting in the doorway where you might get hurt, but that you have some safe distance on the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Set LJ down somewhere, like, out there, so he's at least not gonna have the building fall on him.
Okay, that's lovely. You lay down LJ. I'm just picturing him, like, behind, like, a rock outside or something.
Yeah.
And he's just mumbling as you lay him down. He's like, should have never left home. This is better. Oh, it's a nice rock. And as the two of you watch and hear the sounds of struggle, Cho makes it out of the building, spots you, and keeps an eye on the door close by, zapping a few people here and there. But soon, others come out, Red Lotus agents included, giving them more time to secure their victory. Kumadi comes out. Donna and Perla have not.
Ooh.
There's about a dozen Red Lotus agents now outside of the building, regaining composure, cornering Cho, Kumadi, and a handful of others.
Lynn's gonna go help Cho and Kamadi.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I don't know. They're fighting, right? So we're gonna fight too, because there's not really a diplomatic option here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried if we blow it, we still. Maybe I should go back in and get Donna and Perla while you help them.
If you don't make it out, I'm not forgiving you. Just so you know, you can do what you want, but I'm not forgiving you.
Okay.
Hey, what does it matter if someone doesn't forgive you if you're dead, right? So
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm gonna beat you, beat your ass when I get to hell. Okay.
Like, I'm going to haunt you so hard.
I will be the one personally
Technically, I'm
torturing
the one
you in
haunting.
hell.
Well, we got the order all messed up.
Okay. Fumi, do you go into the building?
She tries to see if there's like use her glider to see if like there's a window she can like maybe if there are windows that she can look into so that she can try and locate them without going in.
Ah, so flying around a bit, surveying the outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Huh. Let me assess the situation and see if that's the direction I would like to take. Jog the old memory here for all the questions that gives. It's interesting seeing the breadth of assess versus a narrow use of it like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be interesting to see what the dice inform on whether you succeed or fail in this effort.
Okay.
So let's roll creativity.
Let's roll. Oh gosh, okay. Ooh, I rolled a 10. My creativity is a -1, so that's a 9.
Oof.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still a hit.
That's
Yeah.
right. You may ask one question. Do you have them in front of you, Nikki?
I do.
Okay.
I guess the best one would probably be what's my best way in to get to them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now that there's this drip, so to speak, of people coming through the exit you've opened together, mostly villains, you do surmise that your instinct was correct. And that going in through one of the windows, which is now already shattered, would allow you a vantage point from a platform that you saw before. So you'd be able to see a bit on the upper level and maybe a bit into the lower level. Lighting is limited again, as I said, but you think that's probably the best way through.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna land there and try and go down and find Donna and Perla.
Okay. Lynn, how do you help in the fight?
Everybody
There's more
is
than a
getting
dozen
rock
Red
to their
Lotus
face.
agents. Rocks to the face?
Yeah, I wish I had more details than that.
You
But
going
it's-
wide? Just like like spray, or is it like?
Yeah, we're going. It's angry. It's
What?
big. And most importantly, it is following Cho's lead, because Lynn clearly cannot tell the difference between who we need to be fighting and who we can't fight.
What are we hearing, y'all? Someone have a random video playing?
Wow.
This is a new experience for us.
Oh,
Does anyone
What's
have
that?
any idea what just happened? Oh well. I mean, Justin said it's Gus, lol. No? Question mark? Leave it to Justin in chat.
Divas,
I
this is
think
why
it
there
was
is a
on-
live producer in the call with us.
That's right.
It was
Well,
just
It was just Justin
my end.
pretending to be Gus. Well, hopefully we can get it solved.
Has happened before, and it has been my fault.
Just like a YouTube video starts playing or something.
Yeah.
Let's go back to my focus on Lynn. In this ADHD friendly environment for me. So, Lynn, you were describing the specifics of the approach.
Yeah, Lynn is following Cho's lead. At this point, who was friend, who was foe is not super apparent, right? Like, obviously, the Red Lotus are wearing uniform, but Lynn was just wearing that uniform. Maybe it still is wearing the uniform, right? Like,
Actually, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So I think that following other people's lead about who to hit is important right now.
Okay.
But Lynn
Okay.
is 4 fatigue, so it's definitely not at full capacity.
Yeah. So yeah, in that case, do they go for a wide, indiscriminate, hit everybody a little bit approach? Or when you say follow Cho's lead, is it like Cho's hitting this one person, I'm going to add to the heat there?
Immediately follow up on that.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
finishing
Cool.
blow type deal.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I don't feel like putting you in exchange for this yet. So let's have you rely on skills and training to
Okay.
just do some targeted follow-up attacks with your bending.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
On a scale of 1 to 4, who wants to guess the number is?
1.
Great guess. It's a 4.
Ah.
Congratulations, Gus.
It's like, that's
Because
too
it's almost,
specific.
it's almost impossible to roll a 1.
When you're Lynn, anything is possible.
A 4. Okay. Well, I have to narrate some consequence here. It doesn't have to be significant mechanically, but it does have to be a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lynn, some of your efforts lock in well. A quick, snappy rock here and there to follow up on Cho's attacks, alleviate him as he's being overwhelmed. One of the releases hits Kumadi.
Well,
And, ooh. Yeah, let's say that it, like, just hits her square in the leg. And you can tell afterwards that it's impeding her movement. She continues to fight, but winces with every movement.
I want to clarify to everyone listening. I'm not laughing because this is the result I wanted. I'm laughing because this is so poetically Lynn in just about every way.
I was going to say, like, I feel like Lynn has suffered the most low rolls of all of
Throw
our
all of
players.
these dice out.
I'm so sorry.
Know what? Someone's got to do it.
The story is the story, and sometimes
Yep.
it's hard to play your part, but you do it so gracefully, Will. Yeah. I think we cut to Jingmin and Amuk on the bridge. Jingmin, you've just used a move.
Yes. Yes, I did.
And we need to resolve that move before we go to the next exchange.
Yes, we do.
And resolving it means that your opponent may, quote, call out your disgraceful behavior and shift your balance twice towards a
Mhm.
principal.
Yeah.
And you are already at +2 community.
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you've just taken, quote unquote, disgraceful action in your tactics on Tao Gasha while he and Yin Shen were engaged in what could have been
Civil
maybe a more diplomatic dialogue with Amuk. And you've now wrapped them up a bit in your bolas arrows. I said last time that it wraps around some of their feet, but I think because of Yin Shen's size and the number of feet, it makes more sense that maybe your bolas also wrapped around like some of the upper neck and stuff like that of this multi-faced figure, and Tao Gasha, just this massive like spirit and person bound together. And it is not without effect. I mean, we said that Tao Gasha is impaired and trapped.
Yes.
And between you and Amuk's efforts, we've marked several fatigue on them. And for listeners who are less familiar or less, fluent in this, because we don't always talk statuses because we're not always in exchanges. Impaired is already significant, right? You're slowed or off balance, mark 1 fatigue, or take -2 to all physical actions for PCs, or choose one fewer technique for NPCs. And so impaired would limit the number of techniques that Talgasha can commit to unless they just take the fatigue and cash that in to get unimpaired. But trapped is worse. It says you're completely helpless. You must mark a combination of 3 fatigue or conditions to escape. So, love this. The impact of Jingmin's well-timed, well-aimed bolas. But interestingly, the chorus of voices from Yin Shen, overlaid further by Talgasha. They speak in unison for the first time that you've heard. They turn towards you and just say, "You'll regret that, child. Just as you'll regret coming to this fight, outnumbered and weakened. You should have brought more friends. And I will shift you +2 towards community, forcing you off of your balance track, Jingmin."
I would expect nothing less, Steve. So
It's not every day we lose balance. What do you do?
Can I is it okay if I take somewhat of narrative? I have an idea of what Jingmin does.
I think I like the energy here. So
Yeah.
take the camera, my friend.
I don't know though. So I think Jingmin hears this. And she goes, "My friends have my back regardless." And she'll start running and draw an arrow and knock it ready to pull as she leaps off the bridge. And she just goes, "Amuk, now!" And what Jingmin didn't realize is that Amuk's nowhere near there.
I'm like, I'm still trying to summon.
There was no planning behind this.
Oh,
And so we just see the scene of Jingmin leaping off the bridge, drawing an arrow, maybe even getting one off, but it just whiffs and goes off as she just falls off the bridge.
So mechanically, have you chosen the option lose control of yourself in a destructive and harmful way?
Yes, that's what
Okay.
I've chosen. Yes.
Okay.
I think she trusted Amuk to sort of have this, like, he's going to have my back and he's going to know what I have in mind. And so he's going to be there for me. But
Wow.
you need to find that balance between, you can have trust in your friends, but there's also that reliance you need to have on yourself to sort of communicate, what that means. And, there needs to be some communication there,
Yeah.
I think she's seen in the past some excellent, just like impromptu plans go off between her and Amuk. Even just like escaping when they tried to run away from the bridge, Jingmin piggybacked on Amuk and ran away. And so I think she just thought like, oh, we're like on the same wavelength, and this is gonna go great.
Yeah.
And so she flung herself off the bridge, hoping that her and Amuk would do another 1-2 special, but I think she put a little too much faith in her psychic abilities with Amuk, which don't exist,
It's heartbreaking to see Jingmin lean too hard in the community. Yeah. There's no way to spare Jingmin from losing her balance.
Yeah.
The camera does not follow Jingmin. We see from Amuk's perspective, Jingmin just goes over the edge of the bridge this look in her eyes of like not quite registering that the plan has not worked.
Yeah.
As she falls out of sight past the edge of it.
I want to know
Bow in hand.
how does Amuk react to Jingmin just yelling Amuk now
Yeah.
just across the road,
turning around,
jumping off the
and
bridge.
instantly just starts running to the edge of the bridge as fast as he can. Just drops everything, drops all the materials for Shadowpaw. And it's like that, like just that when you see something you care about so much ready to fall like off of something, and you're like not even thinking, you're just reacting. So it's just Amuk reacting, running to the bridge, trying to like bend a spout of water up or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me sounds like I hate to give this to you, Steve, but that sounds like
Yeah.
a PTO to me.
Like a what?
Like a PTO.
Like a push your luck to even make an effort
Even
in the
make an
direction of
try to like
cushioning
trying to
Jingmin's
bend
fall with the water
something.
spout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. And we can see what the range of consequences would be for trying to help. The thing is, if you succeed, this is why here's where I'm torn. I'll be candid with you as a GM, right? If you succeed, it's not like I can spare Jingmin the consequences of losing balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think success means to a mook in this moment?
I picture if Amuk succeeds, so you're trying to like catch Jingmin, right?
Mhm.
Have
Like
we all
cradle
seen
the
Amazing
fall.
Have we all seen Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield?
Oh
You're
god.
not breaking
Do
Jingmin's
not.
neck.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what I'm thinking. No, that's not exactly what I'm thinking. But I mean, because we all know if you suffer a great
yeah.
fall, most people
Yeah.
suffer a great fall. Like 9 times out of 10, they pass out. They go unconscious during the fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like even if Amuk cushions the fall, it's not gonna like shoot Jingmin back up or anything. Like Jingmin
Yeah.
will probably like
Yeah.
be down there, just still be
Yeah.
alive.
Oh, I do not
Mhm.
want to break Jingmin's neck. I do not want to kill her. That is not what I'm saying.
clarifying. Thank you for clarifying. Girl.
All I'm saying is catching someone doesn't always necessarily mean that you save them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not. I feel like the momentum that she's built up is too much now for it to be
Yeah.
like, we're gonna slingshot her out of the water and do a cool thing. The physics is established. She's already falling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too late.
Sure. Roll push your luck.
Okay. And then push your luck is, I always forget this one. I'm so sorry.
T-E-L.
Passion.
Passion? It is passion. Okay. B.
Yes, it is.
B. D. L.
T.
T-T-L.
Oh no.
Okay. So I have a +2 to passion,
Mm-hmm.
and I rolled a 10.
Yes.
Wow.
Luck pusher over here.
The luck has been pushed.
It has. Yeah, on a hit. Let's see, on a 10 plus, your boldness pays off despite the cost. And I give you another lucky opportunity. Interesting. Yeah, I think.
I swear to God, if the cost is Jingmin dies.
No.
Well,
Jingmin's neck.
couldn't be avoided.
I feel like
Mook.
Oh, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say that loud. No.
If I need help with filling in details, then feel free to chime in because I'm not totally there yet. Right, we're
Yeah.
just improving. So
I was just say like worst thing that could happen to Jinmin in her like world would be like her bow arm breaks,
mhm.
Oh my
and then
God.
it's like what would
This-
Jinmin do?
I mean, your bow arm is both your arms. You need both arms to shoot a bow and
Yeah.
arrow.
That's very true.
So either arm would be terrible.
That's a great quote, Dana. Your bow arm is both arms. Yeah, Amuk, you sprint forward towards where Jingmin has gone over the edge of the bridge, and you try to raise up this water spout to meet her on the way down and reduce the impact of her fall. And the cost is that you expose yourself to Talgasha, who is not occupied with anyone else at this point. And your back is battered with many stones that were, in the air. And you're just barraged as you turn your full attention to Jingmin unflinchingly. And you run towards the edge of this bridge. I'd like for you to mark 2 fatigue. What does that put you at, Gus?
4 fatigue total.
Okay.
Wow.
So not terrible, not great. That hurt.
So we just see all the welts, the wounds, the cutting through of Amuk's clothes from these stones. But as you reach the edge of the bridge, in a split second, glimpsing over the side of it and looking down, you see that your water spout was in the right place, and it softened and cradled Jingmin's fall. A lucky opportunity. Table? Any ideas?
I feel like possibly an escape route.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amuk, you're a waterbender. And you remember that the last time your crew broke through this bridge, you got away from the police, in part by using the water and the waterways to stealth away into the city. Jingmin's down there. Your back is being pelted. You have an opportunity to escape while you can.
Amuk.
I will add that for a second, and you're a bit maybe numb, so I'm not sure if you noticed this at first. The pelting has stopped. And out of the periphery, you see a lithe figure whose every movement looks like a precise dance, now in combat with Talgasha and occupying them.
Oh.
The sun has not completely set yet. They are not shrouded in darkness, and so for the first time, you see Shadowpaw.
The after credits scene from last week. I remember that.
Can I see any discernible, can I make out any details of Shadowpaw in the little that I can see before I make a choice to either dive or stay in place?
Yeah, I mean, she's a bit of a blur, but you catch a glimpse of her face. Pale skin, very dark hair, straight and flowing. Looks like it was tied back. Now is just open and flailing around in the combat, and otherwise just wears an extremely simple, streamlined, functional, black. I don't know what you would call it, but you're better with words on clothing. Yes. Something that you'd expect from Kim Possible,
Okay. Okay.
Crop top.
A crop top.
Of course.
That's so funny. Man. Mook is going to yell out to Shadowpaw, meet us. Meet us where we first perceived you under the lights.
Okay.
And Amuk will then do a super sick, sweet front flip off the edge of the bridge and give the spirits the Republic City equivalent of the middle finger. And dive. It's on his way front.
Thumbs up. It's a thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up. Good on Australian offensiveness. It's Australia, right? Where thumbs up is offensive.
City is in Australia. Yes.
Yeah. It's just as he front flips his way off the thing and catches up with Jingmin. Starts bending his way through the sewers to the Red Monsoon's facility, I guess.
Okay. So you dive off the bridge, and you
how sweet
hit the
is
water.
The execute. You gotta describe how sweet it was.
It was sweet. You do a sweet front flip. And Amuk, you land, with great form, entering the water in a dive. You're able quickly, especially because of your bending, to recover Jingmin. Bring her to a patch of shore under the bridge, if you will. Or if you prefer, you could stay in the water and just, move as quickly as you can using bending.
I'd say stay in the water and give her like an ice boat to keep her drier, and then bend as fast as possible away from there.
Hey, ice will be good for all her wounds.
Yeah, it's great for swelling.
Just put her on ice,
I mean, at the rate she impacted the water, it probably felt like concrete. So,
yeah.
I love that. I love the escape. I think we can cut back to Lin and Fumi. Fumi, you've just gone in through a window on the upper floor. You look around, and using some of the flickering lights here and there, you can make out the figures of people fighting, mostly below, some of them on this floor, this platform. And Donna and Perla, of course, are relatively distinct thanks to their size and strength. You see them below. And if you can tell, one of them is not doing well. Still fighting, but largely surrounded.
Fumi
I just want to give to you that I know you're an optimist, right? I just want to give to you that you feel the direness of the situation, and you sense with just the numbers in here that the longer you wait, the more likely it is that Red Lotus will finish off more of the Red Monsoon. What do you do?
Oh boy, yeah. Are Donna and Perla next to any windows?
They are not. The way I've imagined the lower area that you guys were initially in was just like sort of a ground level, hallway full of cells, jail cells that you had opened up. Very secure, very much just walls and steel doors.
Okay.
If you could somehow get them upstairs, perhaps you could get them out of a window. But
yeah. Fumi is going to jump down between them and use the force of her landing to just send out a blast of wind around them just to try and knock all the Red Lotus people back.
Oh, I love that. A high impact entrance. I'm going to say it's like 4 agents. And so let's push your luck, Fumi.
All right.
Aki Fumiyako. What do we got?
Push luck is passion.
Yes, it is.
So I got an 11.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Go
talking
team.
about. We got all the bad rolls out last week.
And one today, but the rest
Yeah,
are
I was gonna say.
We're
except
not
for
counting
one.
that one. That one was in character. It was perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. Accurate.
Good roll for the story. Good roll for the story. Yeah. Well, your boldness pays off, Fumi. You blast back these 4 agents, giving Donna and Perla a reprieve. The other lucky opportunity. Oof. Any ideas from table?
Fumi finds
Suddenly-
$1 million.
Suddenly, there's a window.
Or a crack in the
It's
building because it's
opening.
already falling apart.
Yeah, I like that. A new hole in the ceiling, a new vantage.
Or like in the wall, I would say.
in the wall. Yeah.
Huh.
Fumi accidentally presses the detonation and everything goes kaboom.
And it's actually faulty. It doesn't explode, and everyone holds hands. Realize they could die in this
They
explosion.
sing with gratitude for their lives.
The entirety of the Red Lotus realize that all they need is love.
Yep.
Fumi takes a step back and says, "I might be a peaceful monk, but I never chose peace," and then blows everyone up.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're asking for real suggestions.
No, I mean, any spaghetti is useful. I'm trying to think about the idea of this creating an opening or some other lucky opportunity that may be less related to the action itself.
Yeah.
I still think
a side goal. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Gus?
No, you're good. You're good. Finish your thought.
A side goal of the infiltration was to find more information regarding the Red Lotus, like files or something of the story.
Mhm.
So maybe that could be like a lucky opportunity as well. Maybe like a door to like a records room is found open or something like that.
I was just gonna say, like, a wall falls down and Fumi gets a chance to speak to or yell at Kumari. Now we finally know where she's at.
Okay, love these. I'm gonna.
Yeah, Kamadi's outside.
Yeah, Kamadi's outside now.
Kamadi's outside. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
I
I think
the information.
I'm gonna use some of one of your ideas and combine it and try to sweeten the deal. So,
Ooh.
opposite the row of jail cells that you guys had opened initially, you've landed right next to a door that leads into some archives. And Fumi, even at a glance, you peek in there and you see there's steady light, there's more structural integrity, and there's a bunch of steel beams framing this room. It looks like one of the strongest points of structure in the entire building. So if you wanted, you could get an injured Donna and Perla into there, close yourself in, and try detonation. You'd also have access to what's in the archives. That's a lucky opportunity. I'm not going to force it. You could also try to get them up and out by having them fight through some of the hall, back upstairs, and then exit through the window. Or you could try to somehow lift both of them. I don't know how you'd do that, but you could.
She's
You can
gonna
always
pull
try
them
things.
No, she's gonna pull them both in there. And
Okay.
probably also like see if there's any other like Red Monsoon people she can beckon over.
Okay, yeah, totally. Yeah, what do you say?
Hey, I have this detonator and I'm supposed to explode it, but your people are still everywhere.
One of the Red Monsoon folks who's nearby is like, what do you want?
To get you guys out of here.
Great. So
we need a plan because honestly, the Red Lotus is kicking your butt.
Oh.
Which way is out?
We can either go up if you have any other airbenders besides me, or we can try and make our way out that way. She points wherever the door is.
Okay.
I feel like this room looks a little safer, but I don't know. I'm worried about everybody that could die if I blow this thing up.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for it. I think you've shared key information with some Red Monsoon folks, because not everybody was probably aware that you found an exit. And so you watch people fight towards and try to make their way out and escape past the skirmishes towards that exit. As for you, Donna and Perla, you now see that Perla is the one who is injured this time. Just has a gash that she's holding, nursing in her ribs. And the two of them, though seeming grateful for the assist, look at you with a confused expression. Perla asks, "Is boss okay?"
Yeah, I saw her outside.
Okay, why are we in here? Are you gonna blow this
Because I came
place?
to find you. Yeah, but here, it's your guys' group. I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let you guys decide because I don't think I can do it.
Ah, you hand over the detonator?
Yeah.
Oh.
Talk about shifting responsibilities. Oh my
I'm trying to put it
God.
back on the NPCs. Okay, Nikki. Okay, Nikki. I see you. I see the. I think I've given Nikki too great a burden to bear. Wow.
Yeah, Fumi is like supposed to not like kind of be a pacifist with the airbender stuff. So
Hmm.
like this one actually like is really hard on her.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you forced the detonator into their hands. Donna and Perla exchange nervous glances as they hold it together. It's the most twins thing you've ever seen. And they say, "Close the door, Fumi."
Oh, you're actually gonna do it.
We can't win the fight outright. So yeah. We're just gonna wait till it feels right.
That kind of rhymed.
Fumi, you have a moment before all the explosives go off. You're in an archives of the Red Lotus. Things are more or less intact. What do you do?
Mm. She closes the door and starts meditating to try and clear her mind and just feel if there's any sort of like, I guess, enlightenment that she can get with the situation.
Wow. I love the flavor of this. I love that in this moment of true bleak desperation, you lean into this airbender training and meditate. Tenzin would be so proud if he wasn't brainwashed.
Minor detail.
Here's a question that
Yeah.
that Danny Wickman has for Fumi is being given the responsibility and the power over countless other people's lives, and then blindly passing that to someone else true pacifism?
No, and she is actually not. She is part of her wants to steal it back. To be honest.
Mm. Remind me of your principles again.
Legacy and adoration.
Huh. I know this is a bit of a conceptual reach, but I'm just curious if your mind goes in one of two directions on those principles. Like, if this event were to sort of shift your principle, where would it go, do you think?
I think it depends on how she decides to solve it.
Well, yeah, this decision to, at least for now, put the detonator in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Any sense of how it might impact your principles? I know it's hard. It's an abstract question.
I feel like that leans it more to adoration instead of taking matters into her own hands and really standing up.
Okay. Where are you at on your balance track?
+2 adoration and -2 legacy.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I would like to shift you to +3 adoration.
oh gosh.
That's super helpful because it illuminates this component of not just concern for people. We know Fumi cares about people. There's also this concern for perception and living with that.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. Now, normally we use NPCs to shift balance. I don't think it's Donna and Perla who are doing it. So this may be out of the box for me, but it just seems to me that some shift had to take place there, and I think circumstances can shift. So,
Yeah.
Our great deity Steve is shifting Fumi's balance.
Yeah, because I think if she does take control of the situation, then that would be the opposite.
Okay. Concern for legacy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that your description of meditatively seeking clarity sounds like Fumi's flavor of an assess the situation again. And so I'd love to have you roll that.
I think I got another 9. Yes, I did.
Good. Okay. I'm happy for y'all. By the way, I'm hoping for high rolls a lot of the time tonight. Like, I'm rooting for you in that way. You get to ask one. What would you like to ask as you're seeking clarity and meditating?
Ooh. I feel like, what can I use to stop the fighting without blowing things up?
Oh.
I know that's kind of a complicated one. But I think that's what she is really wondering with all this. Like, she needed that out of her hands for a moment, but...
What here can I use to stop the fighting without blowing everything up? Fumi, the answer to that question is that there are still a large number of crates of cabbage kush. And that you could conceivably use your airbending to fill this entire building with drugs so that everybody is more suggestible.
Okay, we're doing it. She notices that. She's like, stop on the detonator. She opens the door and just throws the barrels out, opens them, and uses her airbending to like send them outside of the room to the rest of the compound.
This is a Push your freaking luck if I ever heard one.
Like, is Fumi committing a war crime right now? This feels like a war
I'm a
crime.
pacifist, so I can't bomb all of them. You know what? I'll just drug all of them.
But it's only biochemical warfare. You guys need to calm down.
You're right.
It's not mustard yet.
So-
It's not that much of a war crime.
I rolled a 9 plus 2 passion. So that's another
Let's
11.
go,
Oh
Fumi.
God.
Yes.
DTL.
I can't believe you asked that question and it gave me an idea that I had never had previously and that I had to give it to you because that's the best answer I can think of for your successful roll.
And then she rolled an 11.
I know. It's incredible. Fumi, your boldness pays off. This moment of ingenuity that struck you. You fill the hallways, the upper floor, with powder. Dust fills the air. And in a matter of moments, as people cough a bit, the sounds of the skirmishes stop. The clash of weapons, the sounds of dramatic bending. And confused murmurs kind of fill the hallway, which is otherwise dramatically quieter now. I'm curious if you've made any attempt to shield yourself from the effects of these drugs.
Yeah, definitely, because she knows the danger
What
of
does it
it.
look like?
So she like it's more of like the way that she's pushing all of it out. So it's almost like she's making this wind barrier in front of herself.
I love that. So there's this sphere of air around you, pushing everything out, and then the rest is dust cloud. The lucky opportunity that falls into your lap is that Donna, now having left the detonator in Perla's hands, spots something in the archives and grabs it. It's a scroll. We'll see what's on it in a moment. But right now, you have the ability to influence everyone in the building, it seems. So
Yeah, she's then like once the fighting safely stops, she's gonna just move her hands aside to like quiet the air and make sure all the cabbage kush like clears out before she steps out into the hall.
totally. Yeah. Granted.
And she's just gonna be like, "Stop fighting. We need medical attention."
Okay. And where are you directing that medical attention?
To Perla.
Okay. Yep. This is hilarious to me, Nikki. This is hilarious. I never imagined that this would be what happened. Yeah, so
I didn't either.
certainly no roll needed here based on the success of your previous roll. We can extend this a bit. And so one of the healers from the Red Lotus's team comes over and tends to Perla and is kind of giggly all the while. What were we doing fighting? They're just starting to patch her up. The same thing happens with some others, a couple other healers spread out throughout the halls. And who they heal seems to be indiscriminate at this point. They're healing enemies and friends alike.
Yeah. Yeah, Fumi's gonna head. Well, first of all, she's gonna take the detonator back off Perla.
Okay.
And probably like survey the situation with like how many Red Lotus versus Red Monsoon there are.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult with the flickering lights and poor electrical. Do you have everyone just leave the building?
Yeah. Once
okay.
once Perla can move, then yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When Perla's a bit more mended, you all leave through the door that you had opened previously with the key card. Lynn, you, Cho, and Kumadi, holding off what you can of the folks who made it outside, you are suddenly struck by the sight of 40 people or so filing out of the building. Most of them Red Lotus, but all of them, for the moment, serene, giggling, not fighting at all. And this commotion distracts your enemies, giving you, Kumadi and Cho, an opportunity with the remaining, let's say, 5 or 6 agents. What do you do?
I'm gonna pray that watching their friends get clobbered with rocks is not going to break them of their cabbage kush spell. And we're gonna take that distraction because we need every bit of help we can get. And I don't want to say finish them off, it sounds like we're killing them, but finish this exchange with them.
Yeah. Is the goal unconsciousness?
Yeah, the goal is unconsciousness. We'll see if we hit that.
Okay. Well, it's not the first time you've tried to hit someone's head with a rock, Lynn, so.
No.
If you roll anything below a 7, you're killing all of them.
Oh no.
Let's see how Lynn's luck holds up.
Sorry, I'm in trophy mindset. Let me
Yeah.
back up.
Let's ratchet the consequences down just a touch.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling rely on your skills and training.
Which is with focus?
Oh, I think so.
I believe so.
Yes, it is.
11.
But I want to say, oh.
Ooh.
So, unless it's passion, in which case it goes on to a 9.
No, yeah,
But-
it is. It is indeed focus. Excellent. Well. You do it, and you do it perfectly. I'm also looking at statuses. Lynn, you muster a level of precision that surprises even you.
Yes!
And you knock out the remaining agents.
Thank
They
God.
drop to the ground. The threat for the moment has subsided. And I would like for you to mark inspired.
Ooh!
You could clear it anytime you like to shift your balance toward a principle of your choice if that's something that is advantageous or fictionally appropriate in your mind.
Okay.
I just loved that roll for Lynn.
Nice, yeah.
Oof. I think it's time to go back to the bridge. Or under the bridge, we should say.
Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah. I'm out cold. Amuk, you have Jingmin on a cold boat of ice. And you are swiftly pulling her away from the scene. What do you do?
Once we're far enough away from the bridge that I'm pretty sure we're safe, just check Jingmin just to see that she's okay, and try to maybe wake her up a little bit just to make sure she can come too.
Yeah. Jingmin, I will allow you to have some very limited speech here, fading in and out of consciousness, if you wish.
Yeah, I think
Roll the wake.
yeah, I feel like if you try to like shake Jingmin or something, wake her up, like her eyes will start to like flutter. She sort of sways, and you can tell she's trying to say something, but all you can really make out, all you can really hear is I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Amuk just says, "You don't need to be sorry. You did everything you thought you needed to do. I'm sorry I wasn't there to catch you this time. Go back to sleep."
And you get the idea that Jingmin was gonna go back to sleep regardless of whether or not you told
Well,
Well, you know, now it's okay.
Yeah.
Amuk will like ice bend the ice around all of Jingmin's like injuries just to keep the swelling down.
Yeah.
Amuk, you see an all too familiar sight as your little ice boat speeds away further and further from the bridge. Just before the bridge falls out of sight, you see a glimpse of Shadowpaw and Taugasha parting ways, splitting up on the bridge, disappearing as you did in haste, as Republic City's police blimps and cars swarm that area. It is like such a deja vu.
Damn that 20-minute response time.
I know, right? It's terrible. If only they could move at the speed of like one round of an exchange. That's what we need.
You would think the tax dollars we pay to Republic City would make it so
Literally.
it'd be less than 20 minutes, but that's the
Unconscionable.
point. That's why
Yeah.
Amuk doesn't pay his taxes, because he just can't
Hey,
quit the police state.
I
we're living in.
understand. I understand the pessimism.
Funny, the closer you get to the center of Republic City, the shorter the response time is. Huh? What's up with that?
Yeah.
Right you are, Danny. We cut to Taugasha on the bridge just as this skirmish with Shadowpaw ends. Yin Shen says, sort of holding Taugasha back, "It is not yet time. You cannot be seen like this before your coronation." And lifts up Taugasha, who yields, affording Shadowpaw her opportunity to escape. She seems unharmed. Night is truly falling now. The last of the sun is gone. Has been, past the horizon for a bit, and that remaining light that filled the sky with pinks and purple hues just darkened. And before Shadowpaw even gets a few steps away, is just completely enveloped in darkness. We cut back to Amuk and Jingmin. I'm curious, where you post up, Amuk. Where do you bring her to once you're, off of the water?
I would imagine somewhere on the way to the compound to still help out everyone else, because we don't really know what's going on, and we stayed behind to fight to buy as much time as we could.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, probably just break into something that looks pretty alone and quiet, just to give Jingmin some time to recover.
Yeah. In the area similar to where you escaped from the bridge last time, You find an abandoned warehouse. As you get up on the dock, you are greeted by a sheer shoe. Shadowpaw is not yet there. But beside the sheer shoe on the dock, helping, or at least offering a hand, extending a hand towards you as you get your boat to the dock, you see some people standing in masks and wearing suits. You recognize the masks right away. The main one extending a hand to you is Turtle Duck. The librarian sends her greetings. Shadowpaw said you need assistance.
We do. We do. Can you please look after the little one and make sure she's okay?
We have a healer. And I think we just see. Oh yeah, you can chime in if you're going to say more, Mook.
No. I'm like processing everything.
Okay. So yeah, we see sort of a montage clips of them from scene to scene moving Jingmin safely into the warehouse, setting up a bed, having a healer attend to her. And Amuk, a little bit later, you are able to see that she's, for the moment, in good hands. You could leave her here and go to the others and see how they're faring. Or you could stay with them if you have questions that you want answered. Shadowpaw steps in moments later. I'll let you think on that while we cut back to Lynn and Fumi and see if they're already going to be on their way to you. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Fumi, you have a bunch of drugged Red Lotus agents, a bunch of drugged Red Monsoon agents who are converted to Red Lotus agent sympathies. What do you do?
I kind of vote we just like have them tie each other up.
That is so fun. It's like watching like 30 or 40 people play like Twister or something. Just like giggling and like, oh yeah, your turn. I'll tie you up. Okay. There's definitely some NFSW opportunities for jokes here. I can see Jinkies just being like, I'm not gonna do it.
My mouth shut.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I don't think there's a role here. I think they're very under the influence. You've pumped a ton of drugs into them. Fumi, they all start binding each other. Cho and Kumadi are just absolutely shocked.
Yeah, Lynn is too, just to clarify.
Oh, right, we can blow up the building now. Everybody's out.
Fumi, who are your friends?
About that, I might have drugged them a little.
Oh, I somehow feel like blowing them up was better.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that when we have time.
Amazing. Yeah. Do you press the button or do you instruct?
No, she's gonna press it now.
Okay. Ooh. I love that as a signal. This explosion is so powerful. It just echoes from the hillside where you are into the city, particularly the dilapidated section of the city where Amuk and the others are holed up. Amuk, you hear the boom echo. You know that the deed is done. But you're not sure how your friends are faring. Lynn, Fumi, the building crumbles before your eyes. You have destroyed a Red Lotus base, perhaps a very significant one.
Okay. Yeah. Now we just have to figure out what to do with all of them.
Right, says
Oh.
Cho. I would say police normally, but I don't know how many of them are crooked now.
Well, I won't give my thoughts on that.
Ah, okay. Choice of words. I don't know how many of them have been
Crooked.
mind washed.
Yeah.
Valid. Lynn's
gonna lay down.
Just laying out right there.
Yep, well, everyone talks. Just need a second.
Is there a way to undo the mind thingy that they do?
Not that I know of, kid.
Maybe we
I
can.
appreciate the grace you're giving these folks, but I don't know if I can just keep them wrapped up forever. I think we either find a place that feels secure, truly, and quickly, and I don't know what that would be. We don't have prisons empty sitting around. Or I've got to take them out for good.
Listen, if they can brainwash them, we can put it back on them and factory settings them. It doesn't seem impossible because think of all the city officials that frankly we have to unbrainwash because they still have to serve their terms.
And
I hate
Tenzin
those
too.
terms. Right.
Oh, Tenzin.
Okay.
We should at least try. I mean, if they regain themselves, then they can also help speak to what the Red Lotus is doing.
Okay. Let's try to move as many as we can out of here before Big Bad Spooky Guy comes back.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Okay.
Well, everyone follow us.
They do. And as they do, Perla helping Kumadi to walk. Folks still finishing up some of the healing before they go. Donna opens up that scroll and starts reading off names to Kumadi and anyone else who will hear, which includes you two. And she says, I think this is the list of people that they've brainwashed.
Wait, really?
And there's notes about some of it not working until 3 times or 4 times. People maybe, there's a note here about reverting.
We need to see that.
Yeah, she hands it over to you. Then we know our targets, says Kumadi.
Yeah. I think we need to... Okay, this is going to sound bad, but bear with me. We need to kidnap them and revert this.
No, you're right.
After what happened today, that doesn't sound bad.
We need to kidnap the president of the United States of America.
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
We need to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Anything else that you feel the need to say or do to describe your approach? Otherwise, I'm happy to just narrate the movement into the city.
I think until getting into the city, no, but I think Fumi would want to try reverting at least some of the Red Monsoon that had been brainwashed into Red Lotus people back so they can watch over the captured Lotus. That was a lot.
Like, you mean trying to reverse their treatment through the mind washing?
Yeah.
Okay. How would you go about reverting them?
Because it said on the scroll, didn't it? How to?
Not instructions for how to revert, but the fact that some
okay.
people did after multiple attempts at brainwashing them.
Oh.
So important point of clarification. So it doesn't hold, apparently, for everybody. And some folks, for whatever reason, it took more than others to put them under.
Is there any common thread, like binders or anything like that?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd say it's speculative based on your knowledge of the people that are on the list. What's that, Danny?
They were all Virgos.
That would do it. That would do it.
Would totally do it. I'm going to say the short answer is no, but it doesn't mean that it couldn't be explored with more info.
Okay.
Some of the folks that you see on there who seemed more resistant are folks that, to the extent that you're aware of who they are and you know them, you think maybe these folks are maybe especially strong-willed, have a sharp mind, mental fortitude. People like President Julie Moon, like Tenzin. Yeah, I think this is fun. What happens is you lead this crowd of drugged people who are bound. It's just such a sight.
They're just like in a row. It's a little parade.
Yep. Just a little, procession. And you two are greeted, Nikki and Lynn, by people in masks. And one of them says, "The librarian sends her greetings. We have been instructed to guide you to a place that will be safe for all of you. The librarian wishes to meet you and assist your cause."
Well, that's nice.
Lynn Endcloth, Akifumi Yako, as you are both surely aware, you are prime targets right now. Not only for the corrupted police, but for a very angry billionaire who we have tried to keep at bay for your sake.
Oh, yeah.
You need to go underground.
The rotten
Please follow us.
Okay.
Okay.
And we see a montage of this group being led into a sewer, down a series of ladders, and into the system of tunnels that run beneath Republic City. Amuk, Jingmin is healed up now. I'm going to say that one of the librarian's agents got radioed and let you know that your friends are safe. They too have asked you to follow them underground. Jingmin, if you'd like to say anything, you can clear your fatigue and reset your balance track to your new principal. You should be shifted one more towards community as far as your center.
So yeah, my new center is now +1 community, -1 excellence.
Okay. If you'd like to say anything, you can. If you'd like to ask questions, you can. What do you do?
Is Amuk here in the room?
Yep. I doubt he's left your side, but Amuk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would still be in the room.
Yeah. No, I think Jingmin, like her eyes slowly open. And I think she turns and looks, and she like sees a mook. And then I think tears just start streaming from her face. And she goes, "I'm sorry, Amuk."
Mook just holds there and just, you don't have to be sorry. You didn't do anything wrong.
She goes, "I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for saying what I said at the warehouse. I'm sorry for leaving you, and I'm just sorry."
Mook just holds her tighter and just says, it's okay. I'm sorry for the things I said too. But you're here now. You're safe. And we're both better.
Yeah, I think she just holds Amuk as tight as she ever has before. And yeah.
We linger on that scene and then fade to black. We fade up again, and all of you are in the tunnels beneath the city. You see a large set of mechanical bay doors previously concealed by a bunch of stone open up, and you are ushered in by Turtle Duck and the librarian's bookkeepers. You're ushered into a massive underground facility. It looks pristine, well lit, well provisioned. Red Lotus members who are not, as far as it is known, converted, are allowed to rest up and move around freely. A bunch of others are brought into holding cells until we can sort out what's wrong with them. And someone scrolls up to you. Scroll isn't the right word. Wheels up to you in a wheelchair. And it's a middle-aged woman with glasses and her hair tied back in a bun. And she says, "Welcome to the library."
Yeah.
And to the resistance.
Oh, oh.
Wow.
I think we cut there for tonight.
Wow.
It just feels like too good a place to land, even though I've got minutes to spare.
Please confirm that is the same librarian from when I talked to her that went off that big tangent for 45 minutes and didn't answer my question.
Yes, yes,
Thought about that.
please, yes.
How absurdly hilarious would that be if she was just cosplaying as the archivist for the police station all this time?
Going on these long tangents just to suss out whether or not anyone was worth their time.
That would be how she gets all these official records as to what's going on.
Yeah.
Hides all the secret.
You guys are selling me on this so hard. I mean, I walked right into it. I described her in the same manner, and now she's in a wheelchair, and that could be because of the explosions at the archives.
Oh no, we put her in the wheelchair.
Oh,
No, I
Oh my
feel even
God.
worse.
We're bad people.
no.
We
Yeah.
do that.
Our
It is
actions
written.
have consequences.
Let's call it canon, y'all. I love the suggestion. I walked right into it. I didn't think of that, but it's too good not to do it. Yeah, I think the only thing that remains on my mind. Do you guys think there's a scene here or not? Maybe it's a post-credits thing. Yeah, I think we see. Oof. We just see a glimpse, not a glimpse, an overview, an overhead view of all of you gathered around a table, a lit table, with the librarian facilitating a discussion. We can't hear the words that anyone's saying. And plans are laid out on the table, plans of the city. And she points at a specific spot on the map. And Shadowpaw is nodding. And then we fade out. And so we have the beginnings of our heist.
Oh my god.
And we'll hear some of the dialogue next time. How are we doing? We having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love
Yes, I'm having a
NPCs
great
we
time.
remember that we personally injured
Yeah.
to haunt us.
No.
Viewers will know this, but listeners won't have any inkling until right now because at some point my sister started just bringing a bunch of boxes in to my
Love it.
office because my sister's moving in. So I was like, hey, you can just keep a bunch of your stuff in my office because I have a lot of space here I'm not using.
Hmm.
And suddenly I have a pile behind me and it's great. Sound dampening, you know?
Yeah.
The best part
Yeah.
was how quiet it was, but also how quickly you became
Yeah.
overrun by
No,
the
they
box. I was
are
like,
efficient.
Oh my God.
We are efficient.
Yo, the hustle in this fam.
I was just like, holy crap! There's like 100 boxes behind you now.
And a shot
I respect
suddenly.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, please thank your sister on behalf of Dustfire Media for the sound dampening and
Mhm.
for enriching us. While we have a minute, any reactions? Any questions?
Damn it. That's really it.
Could I just say I'm blown away? I did not see anyone getting out of the blowing up the warehouse with people in it situation.
That was. I
I'm
still can't
so
get over the fact
sorry.
that came so
Yeah.
naturally. That was such a good like
That was so
in
good.
the moment play. Like I'm a pacifist. I can't do this even if I shirk the responsibility to someone else. That was
Yeah.
so good. Such a perfect use, and like the PTL doing what the PTL does best.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I feel like Fumi, like in the moment, like in the split second decision, she was like, I can't do this. So she's like, okay, yeah, I'll just give it to Donna and Perla, right? I can't do this. But then she had the moment to think, and she was like, wait, this is if anything, that could be worse, right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly
Like,
what she
Having
went
once
through.
had that power, and yeah, and so I think it was just a really cool thing to see that inner struggle in Fumi's mind.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, thank you. Yay.
Lynn had a win as well. Got inspired.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've got to figure out how that works mechanically. We'll talk off screen about that.
It's all good. Yeah. Wow. I mean, very impressed, y'all. Love this table. Thank you so much for what you bring to it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I think this is going swimmingly. Folks, we only have a few more episodes left. We're wrapping up in mid-June. So mid to late June. So stay tuned with us, y'all. And thank you so much for supporting us. If you would like more after show commentary, stuff like this, that's one of our goals on Patreon. It's the next goal. And it's been for a while. And so if you've been on the fence, we'd love help. If you want to support us on Patreon, we just need a few more patrons to get to the point where we have a little bit more after show with a mix of folks from both shows rotating and just doing a little debrief.
Start our Danny on Danny show.
I was gonna say,
That's
this
right.
is the mentioned Danny on Danny, where Danny will interview himself regarding both and all shows he's in.
Speaking of range,
That's true range. So, Danny, tell me about why you decided to do this as Jingmin. Well, Danny,
I'm
glad
really
you
excited for
asked.
when we start a show that I'm not in, so I can talk about that.
yeah. Have you ever not been in a show, Danny? Come on.
Not yet, but I am. It'll happen. It'll happen.
I'm so proud of you. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to head out. Thank you so much for listening to us. Those on Twitch, hang around and we'll do a little party raid, whatever we do. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 And look in the Twitch chat for our Twitch raidies.
Oh, look, cool. Right
Do we have
message.
a place to raid?
Yep, Justin's got it pulled up.
He did the thing. So
Excellent.
I am so beat, everyone. I'm so sorry.
That's all good.
Okay.
You're great. You did great tonight. You did so good.
Work was not as crazy as normal.
We are
So
still
that's good.
live.
That's okay. They can hear that.
Just to make sure you
Banter.
know.
Oh, wait, we're live?
Fancy
Gus,
they
you
pay
did
for it.
terribly.
Oh,
You couldn't
my
have done
employer.
worse tonight.
We can't really raid because you have to be a follower for 10 minutes to chat.
That's
Oh,
right.
man.
But I followed them. So
All right. Yeah. We've rated.
Yeah, we've
No,
we
we
rated.
haven't